I'm on airplane on my
really
phone.
Preparation is what we stand for above all other things.
Yeah. I come down here at 3:00. I am ready to go. And I'm like, he's still, nah. I'm like, well, man, and Mr. Punctuality. I mean, if we're going out the door somewhere and I'm upstairs getting all, tarted up, he gets so, and I come down here and I'm ready to go. I'm like, what the? I know what my call time is. Oh, I just did a nice thing with my hair.
You're doing great.
Well, yeah,
talk a little bit about how I've given you some new hair help.
Oh, you mean with the colouring?
Yeah.
So Jake coloured, and I did ask you ladies last week. That's old news. I did ask you. Go, I spy with my fucking big eye.
Hello, Jen. Hello, Keith. Hello, Scott. Rachel, good to see you. Joan. I see Joan. I see Rich. Rich to Chooch.
Yeah.
I see
Keith is giving you a hard time about your hair.
Dana's driving again. Oh, boy.
Oh, just listening. Okay. Way to go, New Zealand. What with everything,
do?
Scott?
What did they
was
do
it
now?
The coronavirus? Was it having Jacinda as our prime minister?
What do they do now?
Yeah.
Well, they have passed.
Schools are open. Yeah. Oh, you have got a cute. Oh, he just washed his hair. That's why. So it's all.
It's a bit crazy.
Yeah. Well, yes. If I just stay facing straight ahead and I don't let you see what's happening at the side or the back, but God, when I go sideways, it's a bird's nest and a half.
Yeah, I've got a bit of. There we go.
Yeah.
Is that helpful?
To you?
Or is
I don't know.
Worse. That might be worse. I'm trying to get the logo off my head. Okay. Oh, there we go.
You probably have to move that direction. No, that's closer to the logo. Come this way. Come closer to me.
Come closer to you?
Yeah, go on.
Hello.
See, and then you move away from the logo.
Yeah, no, I get it.
God.
This is what I'm talking about here.
Go stage right.
You just turn the anyway.
Oh, yeah. I'm not even looking at that nonsense.
Rich just did a shot of hydroxychloroquine he scored from Trump.
Yeah, well, they've said you're not allowed to use it in Europe anymore. They're banning it in France. They're like, we've had enough of that nonsense. God, it's challenging to have a guy who won't wear a mask and takes hydroxychloroquine in lieu of, any other, he doesn't do a mask, he doesn't do social distancing, but he does hydroxychloroquine. Yeah. That's a brain in operation.
Well, I don't know how you got him to sell you or hook you up with the hydroxychloroquine. He seems like he might be.
He'd be selfish. Yeah. I can't imagine him wanting to share his drugs.
Very generous. Our president's very generous. He's one of the most generous presidents we've ever had.
Yeah, he really
There's
likes
not a more generous president.
Yeah.
If he's got hydroxychloroquine, everyone's got hydroxychloroquine. When he says party bus, that means everyone on the bus is partying. I sounded a little like Bernie, I think, at the end of that. But anyway.
Yeah, I prefer you to be... and you were trying to be Trump, right? You have to do great, and do that weird thing he does with his pointy fingers.
I'm not going to make
his tiny little
Trump.
digits.
Jen says SpaceX got delayed, if anyone cares. I care.
Is that Elon Musk?
SpaceX, yes, that is him.
Oh, sorry.
He's gonna be the guy who gets us to the...
Yeah, Mars. I've got to say, Elon Musk is, this... Oh, no,
I'm a big fan.
Okay, you're a big fan of him. No, it's really Jeff Bezos. Let's get back to my pet peeve with Jeff Bezos, who's going to go to explore space so that we can save life on Earth. And my feeling is with the $1 billion that you put into space exploration every year, you could be saving life on Earth, Jeff. Soil, grasslands. I mean, I've got some really low-tech, high-impact solutions that I'd like to talk about with Jeff Bezos.
Well, maybe if you were a little nicer to him. I mean, you're so hostile towards him. Why would he ever want to get together with you?
Because I did
He's already got an ex-wife.
I've done a couple of... Yeah, well, they obviously he must have still quite liked her and he probably felt guilty because he was leaving her for younger, taller, I
think he was legally required to give her that
$35 billion. Yeah, but the thing is, I am very nice to him when I have him on my show, virtual Jeff. I have virtual Jeff on my show, but I am very nice. I sit beside him on the sofa. Yeah. We have a chat about stuff. I suggest some things he could do. I say it really nicely. I've said the thing about life on Earth. We could, protect life on Earth, here on Earth, Jeff.
So, I like Michael's suggestion. I think we're going to call hydroxychloroquine the Q from now on. Just the Q. Got the hookup for the Q. Got some Q. Give me a little Q in this coffee. Little Q in my coffee. That's what I'd like.
Okay, I'm just getting my chair.
Rich says it was the black tar stuff. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, the first dose from Trump is free after that. Yeah.
yeah. It's like his university. The first class is free, but you start paying
I don't think it is free, the first class.
No, of course it's not. No,
I think that's been shut down. I think they shut that
his
down.
charity's been shut down. His university's been shut down. We're just waiting for his government to be shut down.
Uma.
What, Uma? What'd
They're
she
having
say?
their first tater tot casserole for dinner tonight. Let me tell you something.
Did you grow up on those?
I love tater tots.
I
and
know you do.
Often when you're in the kind of classy restaurants that I enjoy frequenting, you're given the choice between fries or tots. And I have to say,
Tots every time?
I'm a tot man. I love tater tots. So if you could shoot me a photo of that, and any kind of pep talk type of stuff.
Well, the recipe, I think if you could
Jen.
send Jake the recipe, that's what we're having for dinner on Thursday night. Tater tot casserole. Cooked by you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tot casserole. Well, you're vegetarians. We're
tot
not allowed.
cas.
We're not allowed to put any tots in it.
Oh, if tots.
Like
I thought
small
tots.
children.
Oh, tiny
It's
tots.
It's a pun.
Yeah. Tater tots,
yeah,
not tiny tots.
yeah.
Yeah.
Jen, thank
I
you.
don't think you'd even need a small child. Come on, Jer.
No, I wouldn't.
Fucking admit it.
Even me. Even I. Even I.
Yeah, even a monster like you.
Even I would not eat a small child.
No.
No. Or a teenager.
Not in my presence,
I
that's
am-
for sure, people.
I'm all my cannibal. I'm not doing any of it.
Predilections.
I'm not doing any of it. But Jen did send me a nice email yesterday to kind of root me on, and I appreciate it. Much appreciated, Jen. Thanks for the peppy talk. First,
We having a little fail? We
No.
having a little
Scientology. She says Scientology's first class is free. Man, do not give L. Ron Hubbard your email or your address or your phone number, because
or your credit card number.
he is relentless. Well, yes, goes without saying. Everybody, don't give anyone your credit card number.
Well, that's usually what happens after your first free Scientology, lesson. Where they hook you up to the lie detector, which just looks like an old electrolysis machine, and then they tell you that you've got all the thetans on you, and you just hand over your credit card because you
Yeah,
get
well,
brainwashed
don't give
in
him
the
your credit
first.
card.
Don't
give
go
him
to
your
the
credit
first
card.
meeting, is what I'm trying to say, Jerry.
At the second
I'm
meeting,
so
they tell you
convinced,
don't give
yeah.
anyone your credit card at the
no.
first meeting.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
That's the lesson.
I'm
Okay.
telling you how we
Look.
Let's do some traffic signals.
I'm
I
gonna,
just
that's
have to
not,
tell the
that's
ladies.
not even jujitsu.
Yeah,
What?
no, and Ryan Heffington introduced some new moves yesterday. He's so fun, this guy. This is the dance class that's on Instagram, Ryan Heffington with an E, and he did traffic signals because now we're back, and you had to keep your elbows up, and you had to do stop, go, everybody go. Maybe yet to be there, but
Yeah.
it was fun.
Richard says all the cool people are vegetarians. Well, I'm not a vegetarian,
Wow.
but I don't eat people, so all the cool people are safe around me because I'm not a cannibal. So you've got that going for you.
Yeah, I'm
Cool
glad to hear that.
vegetarians.
I'd hate to find out I was married to Jeffrey Dahmer.
And I won't eat anyone's pet. I'm not eating any pets. I'm not doing that. Not yet. Not at this stage
No.
of the lockdown, Varinus
Nobody
quarantine.
Pets, that's out. We
Oh
saw
my
our
God.
bunny outside doing some four-wheel driving
I
this
had
morning.
to pick the bunny up today when it got loose. I don't like to pick her up because she sheds and makes me. You already know that I have enough problems with my sinuses.
You've seen them in action. Anyway, it's very cute because the bunny gets out. She just walks right out of the house when we leave the front door open, and she decides she just needs a trip around the garden, and she goes and visits all her favorite spots, and
Yeah,
Has a-
she's not a danger to herself or anyone else,
Yeah,
but
no,
she can't be left out there all the time. Ramon says, coming to the U.S. in 1976, that was our bicentennial, Ramon. I'm sure that you know that. The United States, we were 200 years old, 1976. For the first meal, tater tots were his first meal.
Did you feel good about your parents' decision to bring you to America?
Simple.
Or was it
Easy.
your decision?
Easy.
Yeah. Silly question.
Scientology is based on getting them to tell you your secrets, then they extort anything they want from you. Yeah, well, kind of. Well, once people know your secrets, they can manipulate you by hitting you on your secrets. Oh, Uma, with the tot casserole, bringing it hard. You
Tater
really-
tot hot dish.
She's got her Humpty game.
Yeah, with and without canned soup, everybody. Well, I know you
I've
can
got
read the...
Wow. It's early
Oh,
in the
God.
show to declare a winner, but I feel like Uma, you're gonna get MVP for today.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
my
pretty.
God.
Yeah. We're down to the last episode of Last Dance with Michael Jordan. Man, it's been fun watching it. It's so funny because you listen to the interviews and they talk about what an a-hole he is, and he just is a super competitive, unbelievably accomplished and talented basketball player.
Yeah.
I mean, he was as driven when he was doing his short round of I mean, they said he would have gotten into the major leagues with baseball if they hadn't gone on strike, and he could have done that. I think he's pretty incredible and pretty fun to look at.
Well, this
playing.
just in. You think Michael Jordan is pretty incredible. Great. You're away. I got news for you. The line you just got in is pretty long.
No, I'm in the head of my own line. I'm not getting it anyone else's line. Oh, yeah. I've told you I liked him since I walked into that office and there was a photo just of his arm span, his wingspan. I was like, who dat? It was some agent. I had been, and I don't know how long I'd lived in Los Angeles then, but anyway, it was an agent's office. That was the nicest thing about it. She turned out to be a bit of a cow.
I've done a bit of preparing today. I didn't get this out, but I think since we're talking about photos, we've talked about our...
Oh my God. This used to torment Jake because we've been on 2 dates.
So Belinda and I first met. God, this thing is so dusty.
Oh, you didn't...
I haven't gotten it out yet to show, but we'd been on 2 dates, and I called her to go out on a 3rd date, after being in and out of town. And she had unfinished business with a former boyfriend. She said, it's not fair, I think, to you, because I have to deal with this person. Maybe it's going to be him. So I said, great. 4.5 years go by. 4.5 years go by. And then we run into each other at a party, and we get reintroduced. And I say, she asked me what I've been up to. And I say, I'm doing good. I'm on a dating hiatus. She says she's on a dating hiatus. Meanwhile, I thought she married that guy. I didn't
know I was on a dating hiatus till he said he was on a dating hiatus. And I said, oh, I'm on one of those too.
But anyway, it had been 4.5 years since our first couple of dates, and then we got reunited. So we had a span. It was a good love story. But right after she refused the 3rd date...
I did it really nicely, and I didn't say I didn't say this is really serious with this guy. I just said I have some unfinished business, and I was not going to be,
You turned down that date, and then right then you got this advertising campaign, and so I'd be flying around the country, and there would be these color banners, like in the Dallas airport. Those big, I don't know how wide they are, 6 feet wide, 10 feet wide, and 6 feet tall. But
some of them were like the size of a billboard. They were ridiculous.
Of this ad,
they were like billboards.
For SAP, and this is the newspaper version. But it was this.
Ow!
Oh, excuse me. This with her face. That's my wife's face when she was a bit younger.
It was ridiculous. Those things were everywhere. They were
everywhere.
Airports, and that was the New York Times one. Yeah. It was everywhere. And so
I went on a date with her. That's what I could say. I went on a date with her. I'm walking around the Dallas airport. That's the lady that I went out with. I didn't do that, but it made me feel weird. It's like being stalked by the one that got away.
Yeah, I was watching you. I was watching you at the airport.
Now?
Yeah. Do a more evil laugh.
That was still not quite as evil as I think I can go.
Okay, do another one. Do an evil laugh. I can do a Cackly Witches one. You do an evil laugh.
Yeah. What?
No, kidding. Don't. The moment's gone.
Michael is saying MJ is not a great person off the game, off the court.
Oh, don't say that, Michael, because I've seen, footage of him being a dick. I've seen footage of him crying like a baby when he won the championship after his dad has died. And then being a fun guy to hang around with. So, anyway, I'm just not going to hear it.
So a couple things in here. Yeah. They're saying 4.5 year dating hiatus. Yeah. You were dating other people, but you just happened to be done dating. You weren't, anyway. Catherine asks, is there a recipe for homemade tater tots? Oh my God, Catherine. I hate to laugh right in your face, but come on. You don't have to start with potatoes and reinvent the tot. You don't need to reinvent the tot. The tot is already out there. You just go get it. You go get the tots.
The tots are in bags, right? You just buy them frozen at the supermarket.
A bag, a box. The tots come in
tots, tit tots.
Yeah, a basket. You get a basket of tots in a restaurant.
How many were going to St. Ives? Right?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Tate's tots. Okay. I've got an itchy eye.
No, Richard is making a good point. All pictures of us are when we were younger.
Yeah, exactly. That one's. Let me have a look at this. I'm not going to give it to everybody else again.
Yeah, there you go.
My grandmother has this in her house. She's got the Wall of Fame, and it's got all the grandchildren, and she's got So she's got, how many grandchildren are there? 2 are sadly not with us anymore, but she had 7 grandchildren. Now she's got 5. She's got a lot of great-grandchildren. Now counted up. Anyway, I'm sure the other kids walk into the house and they're but like, oh, do you really have to have that thing up? Because of course it's bigger than all the other photos. I mean, there are just, and there are lots of us.
Your career was a little bigger than some of the other grandchildren.
Well,
so Jen is saying she and her husband got engaged on the first date, and then she's added true right after it, just in case, like, hey, no bullshit.
That's
no,
very
true,
sweet.
True.
Well, when we got together the second time, we were engaged 8 months later. I mean, we sort of knew pretty early on. And I think I've told these guys the story that we got together, there was a party in April, and by June I knew we were going to get married. And we hadn't even done the deed then, because you were always going out of town. So I was like, well, I don't know him well enough yet. And no, I mean, I like to play hard to get.
I think on the third date or 5th date after we got back together, I had to say to you, look, I think we're on a date. It's not a big deal if you think we're just hanging out, but I think we're on a date. And so you need to set me straight, because
if we're not,
it's embarrassing for me to keep thinking we're on a date. And also, you're going to have to start paying for stuff.
He didn't say that. He just wanted more emphatic, sort of more affirmative physicality from me, that we were on a date, rather than being all coy like I was being. I suppose because I knew you were the real deal. I just, and I also didn't want to rush it. It was nice getting to know you.
No, it was.
Yeah,
it was
just
nice
because you wanted to stick your tongue down my throat. Like I'm like, okay, all right.
Oh, come on! You don't have to be like that.
I'm kidding. I'm teasing. Like I'm teasing.
Yeah. So Jen's been married going on 19 years. We're going on 18 years. Isn't that a coincidence?
Yeah, that's going to happen this October the 12th.
I did look up some news in preparation for today's show, and we're pretty deep in the show right now.
Right. Well, that's a good time for the news. We'll be deep in.
A guy in Felton, California, a real estate broker, in order to sell his house, now they have videos of houses for sale on Zillow, so you can go and check them out.
You can meet your house.
So this guy rented a Bigfoot costume and was going around in the house, like baking cookies, like Bigfoot's taking the cookies out of the oven, and then Bigfoot's doing yoga in the bonus room, and to kind of make his listing unique. And he got an over market offer. What do you think of that?
Creative.
Oh man, it's going to be a long day if your answers are all one word.
Ingenuity. I think it's good. That sounds like Kiwi ingenuity to me.
How about this?
American.
A Canadian man was surprised when a package was delivered to his house that he had ordered 8 years prior.
Yeah, well, I'm still waiting for Fanula to get the LP of the soundtrack of Stranger Things, because I ordered that for her for Christmas a couple of years ago.
They canceled that.
Oh.
Long ago. Long ago. They said, we don't have
thanks
this.
for telling me.
I did tell you.
I don't think they ever had it.
I did tell you. I said,
did you
I said, remember that?
You just called me a moron in front of everyone.
In a joking way.
Yeah,
no,
right.
I
know. Okay, well, no, it just gives me license when I want to call you a dickhead or something.
Oh, a dickhead. Well, that seems... you escalate. You're escalating things.
Moron, dickhead? I don't know. I think those are fairly close.
Look, I could turn us on in the background.
Well, I don't think we need to be on over there.
We don't need to be on loud, but this is something that I wanted to try and do.
Yeah.
And now I'm doing it.
Okay, ladies, what did you think? So the back of my hair, Jake just colored the back of my hair the other night.
Do you not want to know what was in the package?
Oh, I thought that was it. You asked me to tell them about you coloring my hair, and I just remembered.
that was.
Oh, at least 20 minutes ago.
17 minutes ago.
Yeah. So what?
All right. Yeah. It was Brill Cream. It was a hair product. Brill Cream.
Oh, Brill Cream. Well, look, it totally goes with what I just brought it back to Brill Cream.
Do you remember their slogan, Brill Cream?
Yeah, really stinky. Like the ladies like it.
I know it's a great slogan.
Okay, tell me.
And it may be my new slogan.
Okay.
A little dab will do you.
A little dab will do you.
They were saying you don't need to goop on the Brill Cream, just a little dab. But the guy said after 8 years, wherever it was for those 8 years, probably in the corner at the post office. This is the Canadian post office, not the American post office.
Oh, we have to save the American post office, you guys. You've got to write letters and try and save it. Yeah, you finish your sentence. Go. Over to you.
It's the Canadian...
I just saw something I wanted over here. I'm like a magpie.
Put the party glasses on, would you?
I'm going to put my party glasses on.
Yeah, so...
I'm going to choose which...
This is the Canadian post office, not the American post office. And
I think I'll just go for no flashing.
He said the Brill cream was yellow, so he didn't put it in because that's not the color it's supposed to be.
Or do we like the flashing better?
Could you
Okay, that's no flashing.
tell us?
That's fast flashing.
Yeah.
Let's go with slow flashing.
All right.
Okay, that's it.
Tell us about your hair.
Okay, so Jake coloured my hair, and it was mainly sort of in here and here. We didn't do that, but then he did the back the other night, and I didn't leave it on for that long. And he was in a bit of a bad mood with me, so I couldn't ask him to check it. You know, what happened? There was a lot going on that night.
Oh, I can't remember
Had
what
I
else was
pushed it
going
with
on.
asking you to help me with things? Had we had an accident?
You were busy doing a lot of. You were busy
I was
doing
really
a
not
lot of
liking
things
the
all day.
3,000 piece puzzle. I can't
now
remember.
That you've exiled that to another part of the property.
Yeah, it's great. It's very that 3,000 piece puzzle is really happy where it got moved to. That's what I'm going to say.
In Newport, Oregon, police had to post on Facebook to remind residents not to call 911 if they're out of toilet paper.
Oh God! What a bunch of babies!
Well, that is
get the newspaper, rub it together in your hands for a long time, and it gets nice and soft, and wipe your bottom with that.
But don't put that in the toilet because that is going to cause you plumbing problems.
Oh well, especially
so
we've
if you're
got
wiping your bottom with newspaper, this is for in the future. I just want to tell you now.
Throw it in the trash
even though
can.
you can't remember that I told you
as
that
they do in other countries.
Stranger Things album was cancelled.
For now, I've sort of got a vague, memory of it. Yeah, let me do a giant exhale to feel better, and not with my sphincter.
Did you know that evidently the Bird and Lime scooters are in a bit of trouble? Their business.
Right, but one has bought the other. Uber's been bought by the other one. Jump has bought the Uber ones, and then Uber had to put some money in to sweeten the deal. But one of them has bought the other, and one of them is no longer in Santa Monica, our city.
Well, they're all in trouble. Bird laid off 406 employees on a Zoom call.
Oh, what a shit move!
Yeah, they invited them all on.
Oh,
told them it was mandatory, and then said, "Look, you're all laid off." Everybody on the Zoom call.
Yeah,
that was March
and because
27th.
it's a Zoom
that was
call,
March 27th, so that's a bit.
That is 2 months ago. So then they didn't have to give them pizza or beers or anything.
They don't give you a beer when you get fired. It's not like, hey, you're fired.
No.
Come in this other room and we got a cake for you.
They give you an empty box and say, leave now, thanks.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, God, the corporate, it's so mean now how it operates.
On a related note.
Hello.
To the toilet paper story.
Yeah.
You're not going to take those off? Okay.
No, I think they are good. They add to my mood.
On a related note,
I can see you even if you can't see me.
Bidet sales are up.
Of course they are. God, we've got a friend, Kenny, who just has been going nuts about his bidet ever since the Varina started because he's laughing at everyone else who needs toilet paper. He doesn't.
Yeah. Good story. I've been thinking...
They gave one of their friends a bidet for Christmas because she liked their one so much.
I don't know.
Call it
How
a
did
bidet.
we get on that list?
A bidet.
I'd like to get a bidet.
Well, I think you've
We
got to
could
be
get that.
really good friends, and you've also got to be, so close with them that when you go to their house, you're using their bidet when you go to the loo. It's not just
Oh, your bidet is great. I just took a
bidet.
big one in your guest room, and your bidet is awesome.
No, it's not in the guest one. It's in the master bedroom. Bathroom.
Yeah, you put your.
You don't leave it for the guests because
you might
half of
put it
them
in
don't know what to do with it.
Well, you might put it in the guest room, so I had to be further away from you when I did my boom booms.
What about the? Okay, you finish
yeah.
with your news, and then I'm going to tell some news.
Okay.
And that's a good.
Jim Baker, famous televangelist, was in a bit of legal trouble, state of Missouri. He had a guest on his show that was selling a fake coronavirus cure. So this is just a public service announcement we should have put earlier in the show. If you're given the option of having a colloidal silver with your tater tots, you don't need the silver. It's just an add-on. It's ridiculous. It doesn't really cure the virinus or help you in any way. I don't even think it's healthy. So
going back to
if you're trying to sell it on your televangelist show, you're going to get in trouble.
Oh, well, maybe I just will do them not flashing now.
Yeah,
maybe
well, they are. Well, I think you could take them off, but
I was about to take them
you.
off, but yeah, don't you tell me what to do, but I will take them off.
All right.
So we're friends in New Zealand, and his number twos are so smelly and terrible that they were going to make a special walkway that he went out of their bedroom and down a sort of a little walkway and into another door. So there was actually an outside entrance to his own special loo.
It would be sort of an outhouse.
An outhouse, but joined to his house, and you would just go down a walkway, out the bedroom, sort of like a balcony, or you've got what do you call those things outside? Like a deck. There would be a deck, and he would go in that to do his thing, his number twos. But their house was already, a huge house and costing a lot of money, and the walking outside to go and have a separate
cost prohibitive
was cost prohibitive. Yeah, and the wife, I think she was, it was almost. It was a bit of a deal breaker for her, but that part of the deal they couldn't have it.
That was another great story. Do you want a hug?
I think it was a good story. I think it's pretty funny.
Bring it in.
That you're quite rich, but you're not rich enough to have the separate, the
they
completely
are, though.
separate.
He was going to get a helicopter pad put in.
I know, he could have easily done the outside dunny. I mean, come on, that's, yeah.
All right, so I have found 2 other jokey type books.
Are they from the 1950s as well?
Well, these are a little bit better. I vetted a couple of them.
Oh, good.
I looked at them before I...
Okay,
That's what
I've got time for one.
That's what vetted means.
Okay.
This is from 1967. Short, tall tales to tell. These are tall tales.
Thank you.
Shaggy dog.
Yeah,
stories.
for your enunciation. So I really got it.
Let me know when you're ready.
Now.
I love the contemplative pause. It gets so cold in Siberia that the shadows of the birds as they fly freeze fast to the ground and hold the birds motionless in the sky. That's how cold it is.
Tall tale.
Yeah.
Because the birds are way up in the sky.
All right.
Okay, that was great.
That was great.
You guys are great.
No, you can't go. We're 2 minutes from the end. So would you like a wisecrack, a book of questions, or a inspirational moment?
Oh, give me a wisecrack.
Keys has asked for no knock-knock jokes, and in honor of that...
we're getting a wisecrack, Keys. It's a wisecrack. He's editing them right now. He's reading and editing. I'm going to just sit back and relax. I recommend you guys all do that as well. I thought the story about the outside dunny was fairly good.
It was pretty good.
I don't critique your stories. God. That's absolute bad behavior.
It's been a great hump day.
On behalf of the husband.
What did the baby porcupine say when it backed into a cactus?
Oh, I'm supposed to answer?
It's a riddle. You ready?
What's something about being prickly? It's something.
Is that you, mother? Huh?
God.
Not bad.
Oh.
Not bad.
Oh, that was terrible.
Not bad at all.
No,
okay, we're gonna
wisecrack? Okay, let's go for a Rachel. Let's go for a Seize the Day.
We're gonna wrap it up with a Seize the Day.
We love your book, Rachel. We do. I'm going to do a bit of hard leaning on Jake.
Catherine wants something inspirational.
Yeah.
Catherine, if you make homemade tater tots, that'll be a weird inspiration for all of us. But let me just give you this. This is a quote from Dana White, who's the owner, impresario of the UFC. Yeah. So
I'm ready. I'm bracing myself.
You may or may not find this inspirational.
So channel your inner Ronda Rousey, right?
Really, the way to learn jiu-jitsu is to do it. If you do jiu-jitsu, you get it and you learn it. And that is right. And that kind of applies to also stand-up comedy. The way to learn stand-up comedy is to do it. There's plenty of people out there who want to teach you a stand-up comedy class. And what I would say is those classes are great and they can give you some insight into how to construct a joke. But if you want to learn how to perform on stage, you have to go on stage. And what most of those, the biggest thing that any stand-up comedy class gives you is permission for you to go on stage. Like you feel like I'm allowed to go on stage now because I took this class. But really, you can give yourself that permission. And it's the same with jiu-jitsu. The way you learn jiu-jitsu is by doing jiu-jitsu. And then as you are practicing it, you learn more techniques and you get more proficient at them. I mean, obviously you can't learn it without someone helping to teach you, but you do have to do it in order to learn it.
Right.
And now you're off.
Yes, now I'm off.
You've been terrific.
It was lovely to see you, everybody. Happy Hump Day. And then can't wait for a report on the tot casserole.
Yeah, best of luck. Best of luck with the tots.
Adios. Do I have my
Maybe we'll have some tots next week together for a happy hour. Obviously, there's no possible way we could produce something like that before our last show of the week, 2 days from now. Not in Varinus, not during this crisis. You guys take care of yourselves. Be nice to each other. See you tomorrow. Don't give up. There'll be plenty of time to give